You're walking to your car at night. Someone's approaching fast. They're yelling, maybe drunk, maybe angry, maybe worse. You've got pepper spray on your keychain. You raise it, you spray. They go down screaming. You're safe. But suddenly, the cops show up, and you're the one getting arrested. Wait, what? Today, on Due Process Daily, we're diving into one of the most misunderstood areas of self-defense law. Is it legal to pepper spray someone? The short answer, sometimes. The long answer, it depends on the state, the context, and how you use it. Because even though it's a small can, it can carry some big legal consequences. Let's start with what pepper spray legally is. It's a chemical compound, usually oleoracin capsicum, that causes temporary blindness, difficulty breathing, and a whole lot of pain. It's classified as a less lethal weapon. Not non-lethal, less lethal. Meaning if you misuse it, the law may treat it the same as punching someone, hitting them with a baton, or even using a firearm, depending on the circumstances. So, when is it legal? Generally, pepper spray is legal to carry in all 50 states. That's right, no state outright bans it. But, and this is a big but, there are restrictions. Some states say you have to be over 18. Others limit how much you can carry. In places like New York and Massachusetts, you can't just pick it up at any store. You have to go through licensed pharmacies or dealers. And in Washington, D.C., you technically need to register it with the police. Yeah, really. But legality to carry it is different from legality to use it. Most people think, hey, I was scared, so I sprayed. That's self-defense, right? Not necessarily. Self-defense law in the US hinges on three big ideas: imminence, reasonableness, and proportionality. Imminence means the threat has to be happening right now, not something vague, not something you think might happen later. Reasonableness means your fear of harm must be something an average person would also feel in your shoes. And proportionality means your response has to match the threat. If someone's yelling at you but standing 20 feet away, pepper spraying them could land you an assault charge. Let's break that down. If someone's aggressively advancing toward you, fists clenched, shouting threats, that could justify pepper spray. If someone's yelling at you from a distance, no weapon, no movement toward you, spraying them could be excessive force. And if someone bumps into you at a concert or cuts in front of you at Starbucks and you pull out the spray, you've just committed a crime. Now, let's add another twist. What if they're walking away? Once the threat is over, your legal right to use force is also over. You can't retaliate with spray after the fact. That's not self-defense, that's revenge. And the law treats that very differently. We've seen real cases where people thought they were protecting themselves, but ended up facing criminal charges. Take the case of a woman in California who pepper sprayed a man after a road rage encounter. She claimed he tailgated her, followed her into a parking lot, and approached her aggressively, but security footage showed him backing away, hands up, when she sprayed him. She was charged with misdemeanor assault, or consider the viral video of a protester who sprayed someone during a shouting match. No physical contact, no weapons, just a heated argument. The spray went off, and so did the legal consequences. Arrest, court appearance, and a restraining order. These aren't outliers. These are everyday situations, and they reveal a brutal truth. If you misjudge the threat, even if you're genuinely scared, you can still be charged. Let's talk briefly about how state laws vary, without giving you a 50-state lecture. Think of U.S. pepper spray laws in a few buckets. First, there are permissive states. Most of the country falls here. You can carry pepper spray without a permit, and you can use it for self-defense, provided you meet the criteria we just covered. Second, there are regulated states. These include places like New York, Massachusetts, and Michigan. You might need to buy spray from a licensed dealer, be a certain age, or use only a state-approved formula. Third, there are restricted use areas, like schools, government buildings, airports. Even if pepper spray is legal to carry, using it, or sometimes even having it in these places can be illegal. Fourth, there are penalty-enhanced states. These are jurisdictions where improper use of pepper spray, say, on a law enforcement officer, automatically upgrades the charge from a misdemeanor to a felony. Speaking of law enforcement, let's address a dangerous myth. You cannot pepper spray a cop or security guard and claim self-defense unless the situation is absolutely extreme. Courts give officers a lot of leeway. If you're resisting arrest, being detained, or even just getting questioned and you pull out pepper spray, that's probably felony assault. In one case in Florida, a man sprayed a police officer during a scuffle outside a nightclub. He said he thought the officer was attacking him. The court didn't buy it. He got hit with battery on a law enforcement officer and spent a year behind bars. What about kids? In many states, minors can't carry pepper spray legally, even if a 16-year-old girl feels unsafe walking home. The law might not be on her side if she uses it. Schools often have strict no weapons policies. Yes, even for pepper spray. So a high school student who brings it in her backpack could face suspension or even criminal charges, but even when criminal charges don't stick, civil lawsuits might. Now, let's say you pepper spray someone and they claim injury. You could be sued for damages, pain and suffering, medical bills, even lost wages. If you were clearly acting in self-defense, the lawsuit might fail. But if a jury thinks you overreacted, that's a payday for the other person and a nightmare for you. So what's the safe way to use pepper spray? First, carry it legally. Know your local laws. Second, only use it if you're facing a real imminent threat. Third, try to issue a verbal warning. Shouting "back off or I'll spray" not only gives the other person a chance to retreat, it also helps your self-defense claim if things go to court. And finally, aim and disengage. Spray, then get out of there. Don't stick around for a round two. Oh, and a pro tip. Document everything. If you use spray, take pictures of the scene, note witnesses, file a police report. It may seem excessive, but if someone decides to file charges or sue, your future self will thank you. Pepper spray is a powerful tool, but with great power comes. You know how it goes. At Due Process Daily, we're all about empowering you with real legal knowledge, not just clickbait headlines or street justice myths. Because knowing when you can act and when you legally can't could be the difference between defending yourself and destroying your future. If you've ever carried pepper spray, had to use it, or have a story to share, drop it in the comments. Let's get a real conversation going. And if you found this breakdown helpful, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing with someone who might need to know their rights before they reach for that can. Because in the eyes of the law, it's not just about what you felt, it's about what you can prove.